20th of October 2011, Sipos Expression Studios were once again invited to Region 2 Port of Spain to highlight the harvesting to agriculture grow box and tilapia fish rearing project. These, along with construction and other projects, were initiated during the start of the URP program earlier this year. The program manager, Mr. Thomas George, and the support staff for Region 2 were present at the harvesting of the short crops. Today's events highlighted the harvesting of pak choy, saive, melon gen, cauliflower, peppers, to name a few, which is earmarked to be handed over to Archbishop Barbara Brooke for use at her children's home. The planting of these short-term crops took place in the month of July, where the Personal Development Unit invited the filming of the initial planting of the crops. These, along with construction and other projects, were initiated during the start of the URP program earlier this year. The staff was assuring the officials present that there were no use of pesticides or chemicals.
Sometime in the past, presently, it is taking root in all the regions, all 12 regions of Trinidad. Tobago will be included at some point in time. And we are encouraging the learning of the cultivation of the different crops in the grow boxes, so that the people who come to the program will learn the skill of cultivation and value added to the products that they grow, so that they would be weaned away from the program, learning to be dependent on their own selves.
You say that this program will be extended to the various communities, including Tobago.
Yes. This program is already taking roots into several of the different regions. As you know, URP is divided up into regions in Trinidad, and several of the regions already have training programs going on in grow box production.
So what we're seeing here today would be an expansion in the community, particularly Port of Spain, because Port of Spain hardly have land. It would have more or less, they will focus on grow box.
Yes, definitely. The areas that do not have good arable land, the grow boxes will take root, and Port of Spain is one of the areas where there is very little land space for cultivation, and this will be mushroomed into the different communities.
Okay.
Tilapia farming is taking off and is setting roots in the different areas. Tilapia farming can be done in small spaces. It can be done in the same water tanks and so on, and you can make concrete tanks also, and also natural ponds dug into the earth. Wherever there is very little land space to have natural artificial dugout ponds, it can be done through the tanks and through the concrete tanks, the plastic tanks and the concrete tanks. This is something we encourage because the shortage, there will be a shortage sooner than later with natural fish from the sea, as we're seeing the fish stocks are being depleted annually. So we are encouraging the growing of tilapia through this medium.
Well, I want to thank you very much for having such information to the community, and I'm sure that URP is going in a right direction in regards to agriculture and tilapia rearing.
I thank you very much for the opportunity to speaking with you all.
What would you say in regards to the success and the way forward as it relates to agriculture in URP?
Well, thank you for having me this afternoon to comment on this trust. If you remember, we would go way back to the manifesto in which the Prime Minister had requested that URP get involved in agriculture. And to that end, we have decided that we're going to take this agricultural trust through the unemployment relief program. And this is just part of the results. This is part of a pilot project that we have launched with agriculture, with the agricultural unit of the unemployment relief program. And as such, this agricultural unit will be shifted to the Ministry of Food Production. And there you'll see the reality of this whole dream that we are trying to deal with here.
Okay, you believe that this program would bear fruit in regards to land acquisition in areas where there is no land, where Port of Spain is noted for a concrete jungle, and people who might be interested in the pursuance of agriculture, would they have the opportunity to acquire land so that they could participate in the program?
Well, you know, we have been looking at various areas in and around Port of Spain. And despite the fact that we are aware there's a concrete jungle, and watching right in front of us in this same concrete jungle and what we can produce, we have been looking at land acquisition in various areas. And whilst we may not be able to deal with it directly in Port of Spain, but they are on the wings of Port of Spain, there are some properties that are available that we have been looking at, and we are hoping to do some lease arrangement so that this agriculture trust could be extended into it. Right? The people themselves would find it encouraging to really look around the periphery of Port of Spain and see whether they can acquire some lands in the short term, probably for short crops, and they can get into the agriculture program accordingly.
That is wonderful news. I'm sure that a number of people in Port of Spain would say that URP is getting somewhere in regards to this agricultural trust. So I'd like to thank you for this interview. Perhaps next reaping, we would see some more areas with a success like this.
Well, I invite you to really go around to the various regions. We have Region 3 in which the agricultural trust also extend. And if you care to get into Castle Field, you'll see 5 and 10 acre plots that have been producing. And what we basically do under the Ministry of the People is to give the product of this project to the various homes and people who are in need. And I think that it has been serving them well in the past, and it will continue to do so until we have taken a different direction with the delivery of these products.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. George, and good luck on your trust with the agriculture.
Thank you very much, sir.
Well, I just want the wider committee and the people of Trinidad to know that for years we had that stigma in terms of URP not doing anything to show value for money. And we are now embarked on such programs like the agriculture, the self-help, tilapia, to make that change, to make ourselves more sustainable and viable for the open market.
The URP program, it's a very, very good venture, going out to the community, because we can make this such to market it. It must be marketed properly, that the high lows and all about, that here could supply them. Or if not, they open some place back in Tanapuna where you all can export it, market it for consume. So foodstuff price will go down because market goods, every time the rain falls, it going up. It going up because rain wash it away. But the rain not when we wash it with these. So the fact remains is we were able to do a very good marketing.